It's been a wild week in Magic the Gathering with leaks and budget SWAT teams. Let's talk about March of the Machine, the aftermath. Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie, and I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today, I want to have a conversation about March of the Machine, the aftermath. It's been a hot button topic for a lot of content creators. I've seen a lot of really great content about this over the last couple of days. I think there's still a few things that people are missing from the store owner perspective, and that's what I would like to share with you today. There's been a lot of negativity towards March of the Machine aftermath, and I think that is very acceptable. I think that this set is really interesting. There's a lot of bad things going on with it. It's a small set, right? And it kind of feels like it's aftermath, but it kind of feels like an afterthought. It kind of feels like they just kind of threw in a bunch of things that they didn't use in the main two sets, and that this is kind of an afterthought. There's no special foiling or special treatment that is unique to the set. It's kind of the same thing that we've seen in March of the Machine. And then we have really no strong reprints, nothing that's like a much needed or sought after reprint that is going to really carry the set for people to open up product or anything like that. And that being in line with that, it's kind of a lower power level. It's like Commander but standard, you know what I mean? Like there's just nothing in it that's like really strong. So 50 card set, there's a lot of negatives going on to it, but there are some saving graces that I want to have a conversation about, because while all that stuff is true and accurate, I actually believe that Wizards of the Coast knew a lot of that, and they actually balanced that out with some other things, and I want to chat with that with you so that you're aware of it as well. So number one, I want to talk about the price entry per box. I'm gonna get right out of the way. I understand that the price per pack is about the same as your typical draft packs or whatever. That being said, the price per box is lower, which I think is a huge win. This may not affect you as somebody who maybe doesn't have a hard time coming up with $130, $140, whatever it is, $125 for a set box. But there are people who cannot afford that $125 to $140 price point, and they want to open boxes. Maybe they've never gotten to purchase a full box before, and now they'll get the opportunity to purchase a booster box for $85. And yeah, I know there's less packs, I understand that, but for some people that is a huge win, and they will get to purchase their first booster box of Magic the Gathering. And I am privileged. I went through Magic the Gathering in the history of my life. I went through Magic the Gathering when you could buy the only box on the market for $85 to $90. That was the price in store when I was, getting into the game, and 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, that was the price. It was accessible. It was way more accessible for an individual to be able to afford to sit down and crack open a booster box, and I got to live through that life. And now we have all these really expensive boxes, even draft boxes and set boxes. The cost at distro is more expensive than I used to pay as a consumer. And so the ability for somebody to open up a booster box in this set is, I think, a really big win. And I think that it will open up the floodgates for more people to be able to experience that if they want to. I think that's a win. And that might not be a win on the internet for people who really dive into Magic the Gathering, but at a local level, as a store owner, I think it's a really big win that some of my customers will have more of an opportunity to open up a booster boxes. So I wanted to highlight that because I think that's being glanced over and just thrown into the per pack percentage. But at the end of the day, the idea of opening up a box is a special experience, and more people will get the opportunity to do that. Secondly, I want to talk about the supply. This is really probably the bigger issue, or the bigger win for this. The allocations on this product. So the way that this works is you order product from a distributor, and the distributors allocate. So they say, okay, we had 100, there was way more than 100 boxes ordered, but we had 100 boxes ordered and we only got 50 boxes. So now we need to take those 50 boxes and allocate them to stores based on kind of how they ordered or what their previous spend was to get all the product distributed around. And we haven't seen this happen in quite a while. Actually, since like Dominaria Remastered, we didn't get any allocations. Pretty much if you ordered 100 boxes, you got your 100 boxes. It was just like no allocations. Everything you ordered came. And since then, that's been the case case for Magic the Gathering. You have pretty much gotten every single product that you ordered. Even Phyrexia All Will Be One Step and Complete bundles, they weren't heavily allocated. A lot of stores didn't get allocated. These products have been very, very much in stock and available. I can still purchase all the collector boxes and all that. So I just bought Dominaria Remastered collector boxes yesterday. So you can still get all that stuff. But here we have March of the Machine Aftermath, and allocations were extreme. I'm talking, I got 1/4 of the product that I ordered. I didn't get cut by a quarter, I got a quarter. If I ordered 100 boxes, I got 25 boxes of the product I ordered. So Wizards of the Coast knew that a smaller set was not going to have as wide of an appeal in terms of supply on the market and demand on the market, because if you have 50 cards, it's easier to get all the cards. They knew that, and they certainly printed knowingly and gave distros product knowing that this was going to be a short printed set. Now, I'm not telling you that I'm not saying that there's going to be a shortage of the cards or anything. I'm not telling you really to even buy it. I'm just telling you, don't just look at the negative side of things and that there's only 50 cards in the set, because there's other sides of this too, that there is a lot fewer boxes that are going to be on the market of this than people anticipate or understand. So I really believe that they did this to offset that small number of cards. Which is simply going to mean, it's still, the answer is always going to be, it's better to buy singles. That's going to be the answer. But if you like cracking open boxes, this means that the store that you shop in probably is going to have 1/4 amount of boxes around that they typically get for Magic the Gathering sets. So if you do want to open up the set, you may think about that and might be part of your understanding of this. I think for this product, this is going back to this thing with Magic where the products aren't all for everybody, right? If you like the high collectability and expensive products, this product is probably not for you. You're not gonna see your modern reprints and that kind of stuff, but there are people who just like to open up packs, and maybe this is their first opportunity to open up a box and that kind of thing. I think Wizards of the Coast knows that this product is not for everybody, but there is a line that is for somebody. So I actually have a theory here. It's not a crazy theory. I think it's probably pretty realistic that they are testing out this Aftermath product alongside the Step and Complete bundle from the previous, kind of set, and that they want to create the perfect idea for a secondary supplemental set that they can put on the back end of kind of their hotter releases or their more exciting releases. Look, Phyrexia All Will Be One was an amazing set, and the Step and Complete bundle was a huge success for Wizards of the Coast. March of Machines has been an amazing set, and they're testing this thing out where it's the epilogue booster box, another booster box on the back end rather than a bundle that's on the back end with a lot of the same cards. They're trying a booster product on the back end that's a lot of different cards. And if they took those two things, the Step and Complete bundle had unique foiling and unique card art and a unique style and theme to it, and if they took that and applied it to the Aftermath product, man, I think you have a really, really good product where you have new cards that are, a smaller subset, new cards that aren't necessarily as amazing as the main set, but are still, fun and unique and exciting, but then they have some sort of interesting different treatment to it. I think that could, and then the supply is also more limited. I think that could really become a winning product for Wizards of the Coast, a winning product for stores at that lower price point where the risk is lower. I think there's some wins there. I don't necessarily think that it's Aftermath. I'm not saying that Aftermath is a win. I think if you combine those two products, I do think we see a win. I think that is where we get to this time next year. I think we see a set that is a secondary sub micro set, they're calling it, but that has the Step and Complete, not that exact thing, but the Step and Complete idea of unique texture and foil in the cards. I think that goes a long way. So those are my thoughts on Aftermath. Let me know what you're thinking in the comment section below. We will have some of it up for pre-order at the link in the comment section, gamegrove.gg, my store that we own. So if you want to support the channel, head on over there, and thank you so much. Remember to be kind to the people around you, and we'll see you again next video.